Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. Today, we're tackling Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It's got dragons, brutal training, and a heroine who's facing some seriously tough choices.
Yeah, this book doesn't pull any punches. It throws you right into this world where dragon riders are like the elite, the top of the food chain.
Right. And it makes you wonder, like, how would a society like that actually work?
It really makes you think about, power dynamics and how they play out in a world where, well, you can literally ride a dragon.
Exactly. And that's where Violet, our protagonist, comes in. I mean, she's the daughter of a legendary general.
Huge expectations, right?
Totally. Everyone expects her to follow in her mom's footsteps and become this amazing dragon rider.
But Violet, she's not exactly cut out for that life.
No, not at all. She's actually terrified of heights.
Can you imagine being afraid of heights in a world where you're supposed to be soaring through the sky on a dragon?
It's like the ultimate irony. And she'd much rather be a scribe.
Which, in their world, is seen as a much less prestigious role.
Yeah, almost like a domestic role.
Definitely a lower rung on the social ladder.
But like you said, the pressure on Violet is immense. I mean,
Yeah.
her brother, Brennan, he died trying to become a writer.
That's got to weigh heavily on her.
For sure. So on conscription day, she's forced into the Riders' Quadrant. And let me tell you, this place is brutal.
It's like a pressure cooker designed to weed out the weak.
And there are some serious personalities in the mix. Like
Yeah.
Jack Barlow. He just seems to have it out for Violet from the start.
Yeah, he's definitely got some issues. And then there's Zadin Riorson.
Ooh.
He's this enigma. Super skilled, powerful, but also really mysterious.
And there's definitely a spark between him and Violet, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's this kind of this push and pull between attraction and suspicion. You can just feel the tension.
It's electric. But anyway, these trials they're put through. No joke.
Obstacle courses, combat training, it's intense.
And then there's the threshing.
Oh, yeah, where the unbonded dragons choose their riders.
It's like a lottery, but with fire-breathing creatures.
And the stakes couldn't be higher. I mean, without a dragon, you're basically, well, toast.
Literally. And the different types of dragons add a whole other layer to the world building. You've got your red scorpion tails, your brown club tails, and the super rare feather tails.
Which are said to never bond with riders.
So yeah, talk about pressure. You're not just hoping to get A and Y dragon.
You're hoping for one that won't try to barbecue you.
Exactly. And amidst all of this, Violet does something totally unexpected.
She bonds with not one, but TWO dragons.
I know. Tarn, a powerful black dragon.
And Andarna, a smaller golden dragon.
It's crazy. Like a double bond. Has that ever happened before?
It's unheard of, especially for a first year like Violet.
It definitely makes things interesting. Especially when we find out that Tarn...
Is the mate of Zegmaiden's dragon Soleil?
Talk about complicated. Now their dragons are linked. And Violet and Xaden are, well...
drawn to each other.
But there's this whole rebellion brewing, too. The marked ones.
Descendants of rebels.
And it turns out a lot of Violet's squad mates,
Are marked ones.
including Liam, the guy she's become close friends with.
Talk about betrayal.
It's huge. And then it comes out that Xaden is leading the marked ones.
He's the wing leader of the Fourth Wing.
And he's been supplying them with weapons. So now Violet is caught between this guy she's falling for.
And the kingdom she's supposed to defend.
Forbidden love with some serious consequences. So we left off with Violet facing a seriously tough choice. Love or loyalty. It's not an easy one.
No, not at all. And as the story unfolds, we see that Xaden's motives are, well, they're more complicated than we first thought.
Right. He's not just some rebel leader causing chaos.
There's a lot more to it. Like,
Yeah.
his past plays a huge role. I mean, his grandfather was a rebel leader, too.
Mhm.
And he was executed for treason.
Yeah, Xaden had to watch his grandfather die. Then he and his sister were taken in by the Duke, the same guy who ordered the execution.
Oof. Talk about a messed up situation.
It's no wonder he has some anger towards the Navarian leadership.
Right. It really makes you question, the whole system. Is Navarre really about justice, or is it about, well, oppression?
It's a good question. And for Violet, this revelation is a game changer. She's starting to see that maybe everything she thought she knew about her kingdom, her family, it might be wrong.
It's like a total disillusionment. But it's also a chance for her to, to grow.
And that growth is put to the test when the rebels attack the Montserrat outpost. It's brutal.
That attack changes everything. It shows that the rebellion is serious, that they're not afraid to use violence.
Or for Violet, it's like a trial by fire. She's thrust into this leadership role she never wanted.
But she handles it, you know? She steps up and does what needs to be done.
It's amazing how resilient she is. I mean, she's facing down the horrors of war, and she's still finding a way to be compassionate.
She's a true leader. But then comes the ultimate betrayal.
When she finds out her whole squad, all marked ones, the people she's been training with, trusting,
Deceiving her the whole time.
including Liam, her closest friend, it's heartbreaking. And Liam's story is especially sad. He joined the rebellion to protect his sister, who's being held hostage.
It adds another layer to the whole conflict, you know? It reminds you that there's always more to the story, that things aren't always black and white.
It makes you sympathize with the rebels, even
Yeah.
though they're doing terrible things.
Exactly. And it puts Violet in a really tough spot. The people she cares about are the ones she's supposed to be fighting against.
It's a moral dilemma, for sure. And then there's the Venin. These ancient, powerful beings, they're the ones behind the rebellion. They're the real enemy.
The puppet masters, using the marked ones for their own twisted purposes.
And their purpose is terrifying. They want to destroy everything. It's like pure chaos and darkness.
Which makes Violet's struggle even more important, right? She's not just fighting for her kingdom, she's fighting for the survival of, well, of everything.
The stakes couldn't be higher. And in the middle of all of this, her feelings for Satan are growing stronger, even though he's, the enemy.
Their connection is undeniable. It's this shared sense of purpose, this understanding of the pain they've both experienced.
It's like they find comfort in each other, even though their worlds are colliding.
It's a testament to the power of love, you know, how it can like transcend even the most difficult circumstances.
But it's also dangerous. Their love is forbidden, and it puts them both at risk.
And then we get this huge twist. The marked ones, including Xaden, aren't actually working for the Venin.
They've been trying to sabotage the rebellion from the inside.
Talk about risky. But they had to do something, right? It was their only hope of stopping the Venin. And it shows how wrong Violet was about them.
It's a powerful moment. Violet realizes she's judged Aiden and the others unfairly.
She's been blinded by her prejudices.
And it shows Aiden's true character. He's been risking everything, not for power, but to protect Navarre.
He's a hero, even if no one knows it yet.
And now, Violet has a choice to make. Does she trust Aiden?
Does she join him in this fight against the Venin?
She chooses to trust him. She chooses love.
And they stand together, ready to face the ultimate evil.
Okay, so Violet and Aiden are united against the Venin. But this is it, right? The final showdown.
Yeah, this is the climax, the battle for everything. And it all goes down at Athabine, this hidden mountain stronghold where the Vein are, like, hiding out.
Sounds intense. So Violet's powers, do they finally, come into their own?
Oh, absolutely. She's not just, zapping things randomly anymore. She's controlling her lightning, using it strategically.
It's like she's become this force of nature.
Right. And her time manipulation, that's where things get really interesting. She's like slowing down time, speeding it up, creating these openings for her allies, saving lives.
Wow, time manipulation in a battle. That's pretty amazing.
It's incredible, but it takes a toll on her, It's not easy to control that kind of power.
Yeah, I bet. So what about Xaden? What's he up to during all of this?
Xaden is in his element. He's leading the marked ones, using his shadow magic, and just being a total badass.
He's finally stepping into the role he was meant for.
Exactly. And he and Violet, they fight as one. Their connection, their trust, it's palpable.
They really do make a great team. But do they win? I mean, do they defeat the Venin?
It's a bittersweet victory. They managed to seal the breach in the wards, so Navarre is safe for now. But a lot of people die. Good people we've, come to care about. And even though the Venin are defeated, Navarre is, well, it's changed forever.
There's a cost to every victory, I guess.
Yeah, there is. But there's also hope. The marked ones are finally recognized for their loyalty, and Navarre starts to, to heal.
So it's not all bad.
No, not at all. And Violet and Xaden, their love story, it continues. They've been through so much together, and they come out of it stronger than ever.
That's good to hear. So any final thoughts on Fourth Wing?
I think it's a powerful story about facing your fears, discovering your true potential, and fighting for what you believe in, even when the odds are stacked against you.
Well said. And for everyone listening, we hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Fourth Wing. It's a book that will stay with you long after you finish it. And as always, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those imaginations soaring.